Good morning, Year 8. Welcome to Week 4. Today we're going to be looking at the term resilience and what that means as a personal trait, how it can help you bounce back and deal with problems and to help you become a more successful person later in life and during the current crisis. So resilience is the ability to mentally or emotionally cope with a crisis and to return then to how you were before that crisis relatively quickly. So as you see in the image, it's the process of handling stress and recovering from trauma or adversity. Now, adversity is when a situation is difficult or different, like we're all in at the moment with lockdown. So this exists when a person chooses to go through certain processes, like sitting and thinking about where they are, thinking about where they want to be, and then behaving in a certain way to protect themselves from the negative effects of stress. So let's say, for example, something bad happened at school or at home. You might then take a few minutes just to think about it, rather than letting the emotion get in the way. Sit and think, what's actually happened? What can I do to improve this situation? And then make a plan. And now that's something that you can definitely employ at the moment. And you can see the whole country is trying to adapt to this situation, and you're no different. I'm no different. We all need to think of a way that we can adapt our lives so that we can still stay positive and be happy throughout. So I've talked about this quite a lot actually in most of our assemblies. There's been something positive to talk about. Now, a few weeks ago we had the information about Captain Tom, and there have been lots of charitable things happening around the country. I'm sure many of you have seen the clapping for carers on a Thursday. Now, I thought this image was very interesting because it may seem that we're all in the situation with the nasty old tree here, but then you can see there is some new growth. There are some positive things coming out of it, and that was really important. And I think these words down here really sum up what resilience is. It's the ability to grow, and it's the strength to take actions to make a success of yourself no matter what happens. And all of that takes effort. So it's all well and good me talking about it, but there's a video here that you can click that blue link there, and it'll just go through a little bit more about what resilience really is. And it's not being a superhero and being able to do everything. It's not that at all, and it's very personal. This period of social restrictions is a disruption to our normal life. It's a major challenge. But the important thing to remember is that it is not permanent. It will move away. And by adopting a resilient way of thinking, we can overcome that challenge. So have a look at that video, and please pause this as you look at it so that you can then come back and think about it later. So what does a resilient person look like, really? Okay, so I was thinking about this earlier today, and a resilient person will likely stay positive about keeping up with friends and family. They'll be the one to make the phone call. They'll be the one to schedule the quiz or the meeting. If somebody doesn't answer the phone the first time you try, call back. It's not like anyone's got anything else to do. Call them back the first time if they don't answer the phone, and even the second. So a bit of persistence, that is a resilient thing to do. Now, deciding how to fix any problems you've had. Now, this goes back to your regular life, and this is something important that you can learn right now, which will help you in the future. If you haven't been completing your work up till this point, just start now. Don't let it bog you down on all the things that you think you've missed. Just clean slate, start now. That's a resilient thing to do. Staying on top of your routine, getting outside, doing some exercise, and something very important, keeping your home tidy. A lot of people may feel that there's no point being clean and tidy. There's no point, in my case, shaving my beard or keeping my hair tidy. But there absolutely is, and it's about self-respect. So that's part of resilience too. And from a historian's point of view, I would think it might be interesting to keep a diary for later life, to look back at this unique historical time that you're in, and that can give you something to focus on each day. And I'm certainly going to keep these assemblies in years to come and look back at them. So I can hear you all groaning and say, oh, Mr. Clifton's talking about concepts again. Well, if you look on the screen now, you'll see some real evidence of you guys showing resilience last week. Now, last week's assembly, I dealt with the issues of too many of us not engaging with work set by teachers. It was a bit of a moan, and I'm very, very pleased to see the results of that, in that we have dramatically reduced the number of students who are not submitting work. It's halved, which is fantastic. The number submitting half or more of their work has also gone up, and we've started to creep back towards that high point of a quarter when it comes to submitting all your work. So that's really impressive, guys, and it's basically shown me that you are a resilient group of young people, and you can pick up from what wasn't a great week and you can turn it into a better week. So that's fantastic. So on the back of that, here are some shout outs. The top workers of the week. It's a long list. I don't want to read them all out, but all of these guys are in green, and you can be expecting a postcard from Miss Macmillan to say well done for all your work. Guys, if you feel that you've been left out, it may be because you've got just a few too many points from teachers that you haven't submitted work for. There are lots and lots of students who have done well and submitted 5 or 6 pieces of work throughout this week, and your teachers are pleased with you. But there may be a few teachers who you've missed, and that's kept you off this list. Also, some on this list have shown a massive bounce back from last week because they were in red last week and now they're in green, or they've just done well overall. So well done to all of you. Mr. Solari has asked a special shout out for Tahir, Hannah and Eva. For you guys, well done in art. And here's a breakdown of how many positives in the top and the bottom of the tutor groups there are. So at the top we've got LOR, so 6 students in that group got 5 or more positives, and that tutor group had 0 negatives, which was absolutely amazing. So no students in that group got 7 or more negatives. In fact, it was very, very impressive, so very, very pleased with that. And MUB brings it up as well, because you've got 4 students who got 5 or more positives, and only 1 student who got 7 or more negatives. So that's probably an issue with internet or connectivity or something like that. So well done to all of you guys. Alright, so your tutors will have sent you an email yesterday on Monday. I'm recording this on Tuesday. So you should have that in your student inbox. So please make sure you reply to that. Otherwise you'll be getting a phone call to ask why not. The new timetables that are coming around, I'd ask for you to be patient because the post is very slow. Please do follow that to lower your levels of stress. Miss Macmillan is getting shout outs from all your teachers this week, so you can expect some more Amazon voucher prizes for you guys. So the lucky 7, let's go through it. Number 1, who invented the telephones? Which famous inventor invented the telephone? Number 2, inventors again. What inventor is the famous electric car maker named after? That's electric car maker, not electric maker, Mr. Clifton. That's a bit of a mistake. Number 3, what is the space technology company owned by the same entrepreneur? So number 2, what's that company? And number 3, what's the second company owned by the same person? Number 4, how many primary colours are there? And what are they? I guarantee someone will make a mistake. Alright, put these immigrants to Britain in chronological order. You might not think they were immigrants to Britain, but of course Britain is an island, which means everyone's an immigrant. So, Anglo-Saxons, Romans, Celtic Britons, Commonwealth migrants, and Normans. Put them in chronological order. So, in what order did they land on these shores? Number 6. What metal would you get if you combined tin and copper? Very important metal, and it gives its name to a whole period of human history because we started using this metal. What would you get if you combined tin and copper? And 7, which Briton recently broke the world record for the heaviest deadlift? 500 kilos, half a ton. Which Briton recently deadlifted 500 kilos? Okay, so there's a new... Sorry guys, it froze for a moment. There is a new online counselling and wellbeing platform. It's www.kooth.com. It's being run by Facebook, I believe. So if you want to talk to a qualified counsellor, it's a text-based conversation, If you're feeling anxious during the lockdown, please, guys, it's very simple to access. Speak to someone and they can give you some counselling. And finally, here's a great quote from Hillary Clinton, which I, of course, got straight from Google Images, which is, "Do what is necessary to be resilient. You will get knocked down. What matters is that you get back up." So I'll leave you with that, guys, and I really hope you have a fantastic week. Please make sure you're getting your work into your teachers as best you can, and I'll see you soon.